Netflix history business model in just 2 decades. One company went from mailing DVDs to becoming the world's leading video streaming giant, Netflix. But how exactly did this massive digital transformation happen? And what can businesses learn from it? This is the story of how Netflix reinvented itself, and in doing so, reshaped an entire industry. The year is 1997, and there's a new player in the movie rental market. So, unlike its competitors, Netflix isn't a physical store with rows upon rows of VHS tapes. Instead, they mail them to you. Customers pay a monthly membership fee, pick movies they want to watch from their online catalog, and then return them when they're done. In fact, by the end of 2006, they were losing $1 for every $3 of revenue. Something had to change. It showed users what was popular with other viewers, giving customers more options for what to watch. But Netflix didn't stop there. They wanted to know what customers liked even better than the movies themselves. So they developed a taste profile feature, which analyzed the genres, actors, directors, and themes of movies that users watched, then suggested similar ones based on those preferences. This level of personalization turned out to be another major win for Netflix. The concept might sound familiar, but at the time it was revolutionary. From the start, Netflix understood the importance of gathering information about their customers. But it was only after implementing the top 10 bars and taste profiles that they realized the true potential of all that data. When it comes to transforming your business, it's not enough to simply do things better or cheaper. Don't just gather it and let it sit there. Find creative ways to use it to improve your products and services in ways that your customers never even imagined. You need to find a way to do things that others aren't even thinking about. Netflix didn't just improve the DVD rental market, they completely changed it. Don't be afraid to experiment with different technologies or business models. Who knows, you might just create the next Netflix. If you want to be successful in today's fast-paced world, you must be willing to evolve, adapt, and change with the times. No, Netflix is a prime example of a company that was willing to take risks and innovate in order to stay ahead of the curve. Before Netflix, going to the movies meant spending a fortune on tickets and snacks. Waiting for your favorite TV show to air meant having to follow a strict schedule set by the network. And if you missed an episode, well, you were simply out of luck. But Netflix changed all that. They gave us the freedom to watch what we want when we want, from the comfort of our own homes. As technology continues to evolve and customer expectations continue to rise, it's clear that Netflix will be at the forefront of the industry. Embrace change. Innovate constantly and put your customers first, and you'll be well on your way to success. Pushing the boundaries of what's possible and setting the standard for the rest of the pack to follow. For example, while other companies might view customers as a means to an end, a source of revenue and profit, Netflix sees them as partners in their success. By listening to customer feedback, anticipating their needs, and striving to exceed their expectations, Netflix has built a loyal customer base that trusts and loves their brand. They're a customer-centric powerhouse that has redefined the entertainment industry. By adopting this mindset, you'll be well on your way to creating a business that people love and support. Since day one, they've been obsessed with understanding and meeting the needs of their customers. Whether it's by offering a wide selection of content, providing a seamless viewing experience, or creating highly personalized recommendations. It was the result of a deliberate strategy that involved taking risks, embracing innovation, and putting the customer first. By putting the customer first, they've created a brand that people trust and feel good about supporting. In the early days, the company struggled to turn a profit as they invested heavily in their streaming service. Too often, companies make the mistake of focusing on the bottom line, cutting corners, and sacrificing quality in order to maximize profits. But this approach ultimately leads to customer dissatisfaction and a loss of trust, which can be difficult, if not impossible, to regain. That's more than the entire population of India, and it's no wonder why people love Netflix. With a huge library of TV shows, movies, and documentaries, as well as a growing number of original series and films, there's something for everyone on Netflix. Plus, with the ability to stream on multiple devices, it's the perfect way to watch your favorite shows on the go. And even when they started producing their own original content, it wasn't always a home run. From the very beginning, the company set out to disrupt the traditional entertainment industry, and they did just that. Instead of relying on outdated business models, Netflix embraced new technologies and found creative ways to reach their customers. Their investment in streaming, for example, paid off in a big way, allowing them to offer a more convenient and affordable way to consume video content. Similarly, their decision to produce their own original content was a bold risk that paid off in a big way, giving customers even more reasons to sign up and stay with Netflix. Remember that show, Marco Polo? Yeah, me neither. But despite the setbacks, Netflix pressed on, doubling down on their commitment to providing the best possible customer experience. In fact, it's no exaggeration to say that Netflix single-handedly changed the entertainment industry forever. They leveraged data in a way that no one else thought possible, developing a recommendation algorithm that predicted what customers wanted to watch before they even knew themselves. Just a few years ago, they were on the brink of bankruptcy, losing millions of dollars every quarter. But instead of throwing in the towel, Netflix doubled down on their streaming service, investing heavily in original content. Today, they're the undisputed king of video streaming, with over 221 million subscribers worldwide. They then used that same data to produce original content that was tailored to their audience, giving customers even more reasons to stay with Netflix. It gave them insights into what customers liked, when they liked it, and why. They want to cling to the status quo, even if it means eventual obsolescence. But here's the harsh truth. If you're not willing to embrace change, you'll eventually be left behind. Just ask Blockbuster. After filing for bankruptcy in 2010, the company liquidated its remaining stores and disappeared from the market forever. As competition heated up, Netflix knew that in order to survive, they had to differentiate themselves. But instead, they decided to leverage it to transform their business model. Why would a DVD rental service get into the production of movies? See, all of the data they'd been gathering up until that point had given them a unique advantage. It became one of the most popular shows of all time and won multiple Primetime Emmy Awards. Suddenly, it made sense for consumers to stick with Netflix. Why go to a crowded theater or wait for a movie to come out on DVD when you could watch the latest blockbuster right on your TV? Netflix knew what types of movies their customers liked, what actors and directors they followed, and even what themes and genres they preferred. With this knowledge, producing original content became a lot less risky. It seemed like a risky decision, especially since Netflix was still struggling to turn a profit. The company realized that searching for a movie was cumbersome. Why should customers have to browse through a list of titles when Netflix could simply show them what to watch next? It started off simple, just suggesting other movies that customers had already seen. But over time, it became more sophisticated. Netflix began looking at viewing patterns across their entire user base, just tracking which movies were watched together, how long they were watched for, and at what time of year. All of this data allowed Netflix to make increasingly accurate recommendations. So in 1998, they introduced unlimited rentals, allowing customers to keep as many movies as they wanted at any given time. The only catch, it was limited to just one movie per month. But this change proved extremely popular. Now, while this strategy was working, it wasn't exactly profitable. By 2007, 3 companies dominated the movie rental market: Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, and of course, Netflix. But each of these companies approached the business differently. Blockbuster was the classic way of doing things, renting videos from a retail store. Hollywood Video focused on late fees, charging customers a hefty price if they returned videos past the due date. And then there was Netflix, who operated solely online. Their strategy was to eliminate late fees entirely and deliver a seamless customer experience. However, what truly set Netflix apart was their recommendation algorithm. In 2009, they took personalization to the next level with the introduction of the top 10 bars. But they wouldn't have been able to do any of this without one key ingredient: data. And here's where things get interesting. Next could have used this information to simply improve their recommendation algorithm. In 2010, Netflix announced that they would be getting into the production of their own original content. At first, this move baffled Wall Street. But behind the scenes, the company was quietly confident. Their first original series, House of Cards, premiered in 2013 to rave reviews. In the blink of an eye, Netflix went from being a DVD rental service to becoming a major player in the entertainment industry. So what does this tell us? For businesses today, this means thinking outside the box when it comes to using data. In today's rapidly changing world, you need to be willing to take risks and try new things. The thing is, though, even though Netflix has revolutionized the way we consume video content, they almost didn't make it, but they didn't get there by sticking to the status quo. The reality is most companies don't want to hear this. This goes back to the famous quote by Charles Darwin: "It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the most adaptable." Netflix didn't become the world's leading video streaming platform by accident. Just think about it. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for Netflix, though. Today, they're the undisputed leader in the video streaming space with over 221 million subscribers worldwide. But beyond the huge subscriber base, what's truly impressive about Netflix is their innovative approach to business. And it's this relentless drive for innovation that has cemented Netflix's position as the world's leading video streaming platform. So if you're looking for a business to emulate, look no further than Netflix. You see, the thing to understand about Netflix is that they're not just a video streaming service. It's this unwavering focus on the customer that has allowed Netflix to dominate the market and leave their competitors in the dust. This is in stark contrast to the way that many businesses operate today. Netflix, on the other hand, understands that customer loyalty is the key to long-term success. So if you want to be more like Netflix, remember that it all starts with a customer-centric mindset.